Good evening, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Bearded IT Dad, where we give you advice and insight on how to grow your career in the IT field. My name's Dakota, and tonight we're going to have one of our usual Ask Me Anything live streams, where if you have any questions at all about the IT field, you can ask them live, or if you're watching this on the replay, make sure and leave them in the comments below, and we'll answer them. So we're going to talk about that and a whole bunch more after this. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you again for tuning in. If this is your first time tuning in, my name's Dakota. I am in the IT field. I started this channel several years ago to give people advice on how to enter the IT field and advance their careers in the IT field. My main goal is, if you are interested in entering the IT field and growing in the IT field, I want to help you in whatever ways I can. Let's take a look here. Looks like we are live everywhere. That is great. Yeah. If you are seeing and hearing us okay, let us know where you're tuning in from: YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. Give us a thumbs up. And let's take a look here. So while everyone kind of files in, I'm going to kind of give you guys a little bit of my background story for those of you who may have not heard it before or are new to the channel. So I entered the IT field probably about 3 years ago, just over 3 years ago, and it's been a rough journey. It's been a lot of fun. I've learned a lot. And it was a YouTube channel much like this that gave me my encouragement to enter the IT field. I never went to college. Well, that's not true. I went to college for about a year. It wasn't for me, didn't like it. So I decided to drop out, and I got a job just doing manufacturing, laboring, those kind of jobs. And it was an okay job. I had some great jobs throughout my career. But I finally got to a point where I just wasn't happy doing what I was doing. I wanted to do something with my brain, do something where I was thinking and solving problems and helping people. And I stumbled upon a YouTube channel much like this one, and I decided to jump in and pursue the IT career field. So here I am 3 years later. I am currently the director of network operations for a local internet service provider, and loving every minute of it. So if I can help someone out there along their journey make the decision to follow their dreams, I am here for you. I hope I sure can. So it looks like everyone's finally filing into the live stream. Welcome, everyone. It looks like everything's going smoothly again tonight. That is nice. Get some music going too. What's up, everyone? Thank you for joining. If you guys can hear me okay, let me know in the chat. If you have any questions about the IT career field, feel free to also ask them. That is what this stream is about tonight, is we are talking about all things IT related. If you have questions about what certifications you should be getting, what your career path is, let me know, and I will do my best to answer them, or we will pull them up right here on the stream and we will research them. One of the best tools I think in the IT career field is one of the best things to know is you're not going to know it all. You will not have the answer for every question, every situation that you come across, and that's okay. But knowing how to research those issues, how to troubleshoot on the fly, that is very important. So, it's kind of an ongoing joke in the IT field is, you're going to have to go Google it. You Google your way through your IT career, but it's the truth. Google is a very powerful tool, and you'll never know the answer to everything. And you're not expected to. If you knew the answer to everything, probably there wouldn't be any employers out there that could afford your salary. So, Google is a valuable asset, and don't be afraid when someone asks you, hey, why is this not working? Just be honest and say, if you don't know, say you don't know. And, but I'm going to, do my research and figure it out. So. Let's take a look here. The music's too loud or too distracting. Let me know, guys. It's first stream I think I've ever had music on, and just felt like mixing it up a little bit. We've been doing a lot of kind of changes here in the studio, changing up the background. I have a Bearded IT Dad shirt, very first shirt I've actually made for the Bearded IT Dad. We actually started creating our own merch recently, and we just actually sent out one of our very first t-shirts to one of the people that tuned in last stream. Maybe we'll give away another t-shirt tonight. Stick around. All right, we got our first question. Should you learn Python? Well, it depends. What are you interested in doing in your IT career? What are you going after? Are you interested in networking? Are you interested in automation? If you're interested in networking or any sort of systems automation or network automation, absolutely, you should learn Python. Let me know what you're going after, and I can kind of answer that question better, because not all positions use Python. I've gone from IT support specialist to network engineer to, a couple different positions before I became a director of network operations, and I've never used Python. I would love to learn it, and I could probably use it in my career, but I just never have taken the time. For finding a job abroad. Ooh, I haven't done a lot of research, to be honest with you, on jobs abroad. One thing you could do, one thing I would recommend is go on like Indeed and start pulling up the jobs you're interested in, and in the places you're looking at, and see if that is actually a requirement. Let's see here. Let's see if I can pull this up. So finding a job abroad, what type of job abroad are you looking for? One thing what I would do is type in just the jobs you're looking for and see if Python is a requirement. Or if you are very interested in Python and learning Python, you can type in Python here and see what type of jobs are asking for Python. There's your obvious like Python programmers. If you are interested in AWS, definitely Python would be another great language. It would be a great thing to learn. Let's take a look here. Python developer, I mean, $55 to $60 an hour for a Python developer lead. Python Linux specialist, software engineer, Python developer, part-time Python instructor, data engineer, MySQL and Python. A lot of automation jobs like networking automation and computer automation use Python. And yes, $110,000 to $300,000 a year for a test automation engineer. Python is a very useful skill in the field, and absolutely, if you have any interest in it, why not go and learn it and have another tool in your tool set. Now, where to go and learn it? There's several different places you could go to learn it. One I really like my favorite online e-learning platform is CBT Nuggets. I absolutely love CBT Nuggets. I've used them throughout my IT career. I'm currently not using them, and they don't pay me at all or sponsor me or whatever. But I love using CBT Nuggets. Another one is IT Pro TV. I like them. They're like my second favorite. Udemy has a lot of good courses, but I'd be careful and do your research if you're going to go look into Udemy courses. There is a lot of garbage out there. Your alerts are not turned on. You know, I'm very new to Twitch. We actually are mainly streaming on YouTube. So that's probably why my alerts aren't coming on screen. Sorry about that. I do have some alerts turned on. Like if you go to the Buy Me a Coffee link, which I don't actually think it's over on Twitch. Let me edit my description really quick and see. Anyways, we have a Buy Me a Coffee link, and that's like the only alert that I have turned on, I think. Anyways, sorry to get off topic there. E-learning platforms. Udemy is great if you've done your research and are taking a course from a trusted resource. Other than that, there is a lot of useful people out on YouTube that, you know, teach Python and how to code in Python and stuff like that. So hopefully that was helpful. Got a question over here on YouTube. How to get an entry-level job as a NOC engineer? Do I need certifications, and what is the salary range? Well, I can personally attest to this because at my current job, I was first hired as a NOC engineer, a network engineer in the NOC. And I can tell you, I'll tell you my experience. So I got hired as a NOC engineer. I did 2 years as an IT support specialist for a hotel chain. With that company, I did everything from basic help desk tickets, resetting user passwords, and all that kind of thing. All the way up to I completely designed the complete networking of 3 different brand new hotel locations, where I designed everything from the ground up, networking wise for these locations, all the POS systems, Wi-Fi mapping. I did all design from the ground up. So that's what I did at my previous job. I went from that job to a networking engineer position with my local school district. Did that only for about 3 months. Really wasn't happy there, and I applied for the job as a network a NOC engineer. At the time I applied, the only certification I technically had was my Comptia A+. You can see it right over here, and my Cisco CMNO, which didn't help me at all because the place I applied used 0 Cisco gear. So my certifications really didn't help me there. Really what got my foot in the door was my personality, my soft skills, and knowing how to communicate with people. I'm going to mispronounce your name. Ostan, over on Twitch, Ovestan. Don't worry about buying me a coffee. I just appreciate you being here on the stream, and let me know if you have any more questions. Anyways, getting back to this. So I really had just basic entry-level certifications. The salary you can expect for a NOC engineer really varies on where you're looking. The salary can range anywhere from, well, matter of fact, let's look it up. Oops. Let's see. Yeah, we don't need that on screen. NOC engineer. Okay, knock engineer. So here's a level 1 knock engineer starting at 40 to 42,000 a year, which I feel is a little bit on the low end. I feel 40 to 42,000 a year is low, because just as a IT support specialist, kind of an entry level position I was working, I was making 53,000 a year or so. Here's a knock lead service engineer at 81 to 132,000 a year. I can tell you that's probably about the range I am in as a director of network operations for a small company. But as your basic knock engineer, here's a position. See, the salary varies so wildly, anywhere from $14 to $32 an hour. So it really depends on the location you're in. And there we go. It really depends on your location, what the salary to be expected. I will tell you, do some research on some of the locations that are hiring for knock engineers and see if they're using Juniper, see if they're using Cisco. Go out and get your networking certifications. If anything, just get your Network Plus and go from there. Network Plus is a great entry level certification. More so than that, though, I really would lean hard on the Cisco Ccna. The Cisco Ccna is a great networking certification. And if you're interested in networking like me, that's like a must-have in this field, I think. And then if you're specifically interested in like NOC and data centers, go on and get your CCNP from there. So hopefully that was helpful. What's up, everyone? If you're just tuning in, we are doing a live Sunday night Ask Me Anything. We are talking about everything and anything IT, job, career, field related. So if you have any questions, make sure and drop them in the chat, whether you're over here on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook. Let's actually go check out Facebook and see if we have any questions. No comments over, or no questions over on Facebook. So finding a job in the IT field. Yes, there is, go out and do your research, see if what people are looking for, Indeed is a great resource. A lot of people, a lot of employers like using Indeed, and they post on Indeed a lot. So that's where I would go start looking and seeing what their requirements are. What are they asking for? Are they asking for Python? What certifications they're asking for? Do your research on their jobs. You can go on LinkedIn and talk to people that have similar jobs. One great thing about this IT field is people are very friendly. They, you'll find, there's not everyone's super friendly, but a lot of people like to see you succeed. And if you have questions about like certifications or what to expect in the job field, a lot of times if you talk to someone in the field, they're more than willing to help you out and give you some advice. So if you guys have any more questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Brian, welcome to the stream. I'm excited to interview you here soon. If you guys don't know, we are starting a new series. We are actually interviewing people in the IT field with tons of different skill levels. And, I'm losing my train of thought tonight, but what I want to achieve is the people who work in the IT field, I want to give them a voice and let you guys hear how they got to where they are in their positions, whether it's an entry-level position, whether it's a Linux administrator, whether it's a networking engineer. I want to share their stories on how they got to where they are and what are some of the pros and cons about their job and what's their career path look like and everything. So yeah, absolutely. Brian, awesome. I'm getting ready for my interview here coming Friday. Is it Friday? Gosh, that's crazy. Absolutely. I'm stoked. I need to shoot you over a list of questions and stuff we're going to talk about. It's going to be a fun interview. You're going to be the very first one. So it's going to be a cool interview. I think we already have like 5 people signed up for the interview. Let me take a look here. Brian, let me know what you think about the music. This is like one of the first streams where we actually have some background music. Is it too loud? Is it too much? Is it distracting? So just in case you guys in the chat are interested, I'm going to post this around. If you're interested in signing up to be on the Bearded IT Dad and talk about your career in the IT field, fill out the form I just dropped in the chat. Click on the link in the chat, fill out the form. There we go. That is true and so helpful for the industry. Let's see. Screen screwing up here. Perfect sound. Awesome. I'm glad. I got tired of hearing the dead air sometimes, so I had to mix it up. But yes, I am very much looking forward to it. And I think it'll be very useful for those of you who are looking to get into the IT field and kind of are curious like what it's like. And I have my job experience. I've been an IT support specialist, I've been a network engineer, I was a NOC technician, and then now I'm a director of network operations. So I have my experience I can talk to, but I want to share other people's experience from other parts of the field, and because they might have a different opinion. Maybe they came upon their job a different way, and that might help someone out there that's in a similar position other than just my experience. So it's going to be I'm just really excited and pumped. Like I said, I think we have at least 5 or 6 people lined up for interviews. And what I'm planning on hoping to do is we're going to release these interviews like every other week. We're going to continue with our weekly live streams. And the interviews won't be live. They'll be pre-recorded, but, these interviews will come out every other week, and hopefully we can just keep them going. I'm also thinking about putting them out in a podcast form. So if you guys want to listen to them on the go, we will be having a podcast coming up here shortly. You can check it out on our website. Once it goes up, we'll let you guys know. So also, if you guys are just joining us, there is a poll going on in the chat where I'm currently asking, I'm curious, are you currently working on any IT certifications? Yes, no, yes, but I'm not making any progress. Come on, you guys can be honest. We've all been there. It took me about a year to finally get my A+ just because I procrastinated so much. And I entered the IT field with no certification because I procrastinated so much on getting my A+. I didn't get it until I was after I had got that entry-level job, and I just wanted to follow through on it, and which was nice in a sense because my employer paid for my A+ certification, so that was kind of a plus about it. Oh, excuse me. So if you guys have any questions IT field related, make sure and drop them down in the chat. We will answer them now. And also, if you're watching this on the replay, put them down in the comments, and I promise I will get back to you. Look here. So hopefully I pronounce it right. We got a question here. CCNP or AWS after passing the CCNA? It really depends on what you're looking to get. What is your career path? You already told me you're looking to become a knock technician. If you're looking to become a knock engineer, if you're looking to become a knock engineer, CCNP all the way. You know, there's a few knocks that use, leverage AWS significantly, but I think a CCNP, for if you're looking to become a knock engineer, CCNP is going to be 100 times more valuable. So, and let's see if we can pull it up here. Let's pull up Cisco's website and look at the difference. Okay. So the CCNP, if you guys don't know, the CCNA undergoed a change about a year ago, and now your CCNA is your entry level certification, Cisco Certified Networking Associate. The CCNP is the next step after that, which is the Cisco Certified Networking Professional, and that has several different paths or focuses you could go after. So here, let's take this comment off the screen. And so you can see here, I have this up on the screen here, where the different paths are CCNP Enterprise, Data Center, Security, Service Provider, Collaboration, Cisco Certified Cyber Ops Professional, and Cisco Certified DevNet Professional. I would say if you are interested in becoming a knock engineer, in all honesty, I'd go after the Enterprise, because that's going to cover all your bases in a sense for a knock position. Depending on what type of knock you're working at. Now, if you're working at a data center knock or looking at a data center knock, you might want to go more towards the data center. If the knock you're working for is a service provider like me, definitely go for the service provider CCNP, because that's going to help you out the most. So kind of see what kind of knock positions are open in your area, and don't wait to get your certification by any means. Go apply now, and just make sure you list on your resume or your cover letter that you are currently studying for your CCNA and you plan on taking your CCNA certification at this date. Create a hard date. Go ahead and schedule your exam. Like, my biggest advice to you is schedule your exam today, and that way it puts you under the pressure. It gives you a deadline. Hey, I got to study because my exam is at this date and I don't want to lose my money. It's not a cheap certification or a cheap test. So absolutely. And it just kind of gives you that motivation. So, but yeah, if you're looking to become a knock engineer, definitely go for your CCNP. I mean, hands down. Or another option would be get your CCNA and then go study for like your Junos, JCINS, your Junos certification. A lot of like service providers and different knocks typically a lot of times they'll run Juniper switches and routers. And like that's very much like what I'm dealing with now. So if you want to kind of broaden, like Cisco is, you'll learn all the networking skills out there, but it's mainly focused on Cisco gear. If you really want to broaden your tool set, go study like Juniper as well. And that way, you know all the ins and outs and you're more prepared for whatever job you might find, whether they use Cisco gear or Juniper gear. Now, at the end of the day, networking is networking, and a lot of the commands are similar. And you probably will be able to figure out fairly quick, but absolutely. So that's my biggest, advice to you. Yes, CCNP would be better. Hopefully that was helpful to you. Man, the streams are just working finally. if you guys haven't tuned into the channel for a while, we've been having some issues with our live streams lately, and it looks like everything's just flowing good. It's just working, so that's quite nice. All right, we've had 7 votes. It looks like it's crazy. 57% of you are currently working on an IT certification, and 43% aren't. To those 43% that are not working on IT certification, my question to you is why? Why are you not working on a certification? Why aren't you currently trying to expand your tool set and learn more? And to be 100% honest with you, I'd probably I consider myself in that no category right now, though. I'm not actively working on a certification. I did just spend like a whole week training doing some training with Adtran, which is another company out in the networking world. I spent like a whole week training with them on their fiber to the prem platform, so fiber optic networking. So, but that wasn't necessarily for a certification. So I am constantly learning. I am learning every single day. So like just the other day, I built a VM environment so I could virtualize some computers to do a kind of build a lab environment. Currently, I'm using Proxmox for a hypervisor, which is a free open source hypervisor out there. And if you are looking to build a lab, it's a nifty piece of software to use. You can spin up VMs quite easily. So it is warm in this studio tonight. The air is just not cutting it. Again, if you are just joining us, welcome. We are answering any questions you might have related to the IT field. Brian, you use VirtualBox. You know, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I've never used VirtualBox. I've heard tons of people recommend it, but I'm curious. What do you think about VirtualBox? What is your favorite feature? Have you used any other hypervisors out there? And comparatively, what do you like about VirtualBox? Is it just because it's free? I think VirtualBox is free, right? Let's take a look. Cannot type tonight. Oracle VirtualBox. Is this the right site? I guess so. Yeah, VirtualBox is free. Okay, that's what I thought. To be honest with you, I've never used VirtualBox, and that's probably shame on me. I probably should be using VirtualBox. I use Proxmox in production, so I like using Proxmox because I constantly find myself learning new things about Proxmox in my home personal lab. So I should probably try out VirtualBox some more. I have to enter CC. The Google instance also kind of good, but you have to enter CC and or credit card info. Oh, okay. Yeah, what I mainly use is hypervisor called Proxmox. Open source. There is a paid version, but I like it a lot. I've learned to love to hate it. It is a interesting hypervisor. Very advanced features. Very Hyper-V-esque. If anyone's used, Hyper-V. They do have some paid training out there. I've never attended it. I just bang on it until it starts working the way I want. But you know, if you got an old machine laying around, try to install Proxmox. It's its own OS. It doesn't run within an OS, so that's different. You know, it runs headless. It's nice. It does a lot of good things. So it's an environment. Yes, it is absolutely an environment. See if there's any more questions over on the Facebook. Nope, no questions over here. No one over on Twitch. Well, I do see a viewer over on Twitch, but no one commenting. Who is that viewer over there? For those of you watching on YouTube, welcome. This poll we have going. So there's currently a poll, if you guys haven't noticed, I'm polling everyone today asking, are you currently working on an IT certification? Yes, no, or yes, but I'm not making any progress. We are tied 44 to 44% yes and no. And it looks like 11%. I'm guessing probably one person, yes, but not making any progress. I can totally relate to the yes, but not making any progress, because that has been me over the years. Like I said earlier, it took me almost a year to get my A+ here, just because I was such a procrastinator. My CMNO, that was a one-day cert for me. I blew right through that. Cisco, I am a Cisco fanboy. I don't think you guys can see down here. Maybe this other camera angle. So this other camera angle, you can kind of see my Cisco Meraki firewall. I got my switch right underneath it. Up. Right there in the corner is my Cisco Meraki access point. And I actually have a wireless gateway over there too. So that is definitely out of frame. Even though I don't use a single piece of Cisco gear at all at my job, I still love Cisco. I have my feet resting on a few 3500 series Cisco Catalyst switches that I plan on putting into a lab environment and live streaming that. I have a big, like, quarter rack enclosure that one of these days I can't figure out where to put it. There is like no room in the studio. I don't know if it doesn't. I mean, this is a small studio. You guys can kind of see here. There is like no room for a rack in here. I got to figure out where I'm going to put that to build a lab. So anyways, if you're just joining, welcome. We are talking about all things IT career field related. If you have any questions in regards to the IT career field, whether it's how to get into the IT career field, or if you're already in the IT career field and looking to advance your career in the IT field, let us know. Drop them in the chat and we will answer them live on the stream. Also, if you're watching this on the replay, make sure and leave a comment and I will make sure and get back to you. Also, if you enjoy the channel and would like to support what we are doing, in the description below, there is a link where you can buy us a coffee or join our Patreon. Over on Patreon, we do monthly special Patreon live streams where you can interact one-on-one in a live chat with us or with me, and have a more personalized conversation. We can review your resume, where we can talk about the jobs you're looking for, and if you have any questions like, why am I not getting callbacks on these jobs I'm applying for, or why am I not getting hired for? Oh no, I've gone to tons of interviews. We cover those type of things in that Patreon group, so make sure and check us out over there. And if you are broke like me and can't afford to do any of that, well, just having you here on the stream with us is enough for me. I really appreciate you guys. And anything I can do to help advance your career, let me know. So Brian, remind me, I apologize, Brian, if hopefully you're still here. What is it that you do again? What is your job title, and what is one of your favorite things in the career field? Like, what makes you wake up in the morning other than excessive amounts of caffeine? What helps you wake up in the morning, Brian? Let me know. For me, it is a big, giant, probably 32-ounce tumbler of coffee, iced coffee, cold brew coffee. Lately, I've been drinking Starbucks cold brew just because it's quick and easy. And that helps me get out of bed somewhat. But no, joking aside, I really enjoy my job. It is my dream job. It is hopefully my last job I ever have, other than here on YouTube. Brian, you are a technical support engineer for Splunk. Oh, I didn't realize you actually work for Splunk, Brian. That's awesome. Splunk is, that's an interesting platform. I've actually looked at it quite a few times. In my IT career, we considered going to it once or twice. So green tea and coffee and also water. Yes, actually, absolutely, Brian. I've been drinking a lot more green tea and living your dream job. That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. So my chat over here is just super slow to catch up. So you used to work for SunGuard AS and also Intel before Splunk. Interesting. So what is some of the things and I know I'm kind of getting to some questions we're going to talk about in the live stream, or not the live stream, but in our interview, but what are some things you do as a technical support engineer for Splunk? If you don't mind talking about it, drop them, let me know in the chat, kind of what does your day look like? Are you resetting passwords? Are you troubleshooting people's connections? What do you do on a day-to-day basis? While we wait for Brian to catch up with, the lag here, I want to give a big shout out to our Buy Me a Coffee supporters. I totally just closed out of the screen. Hold on 1 second. Oh, the internet is slow. The force is weak. Okay, so I want to give a big shout out to our Buy Me a Coffee supporters. Justin V, thank you for the $5 coffee. We got, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, Jaburi Grace for the $5 coffee, and Justin V again with the $10 coffee donation. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. If you guys would like to support the channel, the link to Buy Me a Coffee is down in the description below. Thank you guys. Big shout out to you guys. All right, Brian has got back to us. So Brian is a technical support engineer, tier 1 for Splunk. And I was asking him, what is his day-to-day like? And he does, it looks like troubleshooting with topologies. Waiting for the chat to catch up. Topologies like, for example, Splunk's monitors a file or a syslog for the data is not showing up to another Splunk instance known as search head. finding root cause, helping with data dashboards, basic network connectivity, etc. That is awesome. It sounds like your day, like it sounds like you gotta do something different every day. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like you gotta do something different every day, and that's what I really love about my position in the IT career field. And that's one thing I kind of grown to enjoy about the IT career field is I get to do something different every day. So that's one of the cool things I think. We got another vote on our poll, and the no's. Are you currently working on IT certification? The no's are pulling ahead. Come on, guys. You should always be studying for a new IT certification, especially if you're in the IT field. Once you're in the IT field, I think probably 90% of employers out there will pay for your certifications. You should be taking advantage of that. Not in a bad way. Don't take advantage of in a bad way, but you should be taking advantage of employers willing to, that's free money you're leaving on the table. That's a huge benefit of a lot of employers. I know my employer, we have so much set aside every year for certifications. And if it doesn't go used, it just goes to the wayside, you know. So you can guarantee I am constantly trying to work on finding new certifications. So another question here. Alan, I started a job as a technician a little over a year ago, and the more I learn and do, the more I'm interested in getting the IT certification. Did I read that right? I apologize if I messed that up. Let's see. Let me try again. I started a job as a technician a little over a year ago, and the more I learn and do, the more interested on getting the IT certifications. That's great to hear. You know, you could know all the information on that IT certification, but getting that IT certification, getting that piece of paper, that plaque saying that you passed the exam and you're certified, that is a proof you need to excel your career in this field. That could be the difference between $20,000 a year. That could be the difference between getting the job and not getting the job. An IT certification is so valuable in this field. And personally, I think it's more valuable than a college degree. I think a couple $100 IT certification will open more doors than a college degree. That's my personal experience and my personal feeling about it. Because I don't have a college degree. I got into the field without a certification. Now that I do have certifications, it's opened so many more doors for me. Now, you know, there's a lot of other factors into that, like your personality, your ability to talk to people. But many jobs out there in the IT field might not even give you the time of day or even consider you or interview you unless you have certain certifications. So I think certifications are definitely worth their weight in gold, because they are, unlike a college degree that is just a broad topic. You know, don't get me wrong, college degrees are great, but a college degree shows you know a little bit about a lot of things, where an IT certification shows that you know a lot about a specific topic. And if that topic is something you're doing in your job, that's just going to take you super far. So I definitely recommend anyone who's interested in the IT field or looking to advance their career in the IT field, go out and get certified. And Alan, since you are already in the IT field, if you are interested in coming on the channel and talking about your job as a technician, there is a link up in the chat to a forum. Here, I will post it again. Fill that out, and we would love to have you come in on the show and talk about your journey in the IT career field. Oh, excuse me. Had to get some refreshments. 9 o'clock my time. Where is everyone tuning in from tonight? Let me know in the chat. I'm here in Oregon on the Pacific Coast. Where is everyone else tuning in from? Alan, thanks for the input. Absolutely. Go out and get certified. Absolutely. Especially if talk to your employer. There's a good chance your employer might be willing to pay for your certifications, you know. And Alan, also let me know what certifications you're looking into. Are you thinking about like an A plus certification? Are you interested in networking? What kind of certifications are you looking into? Curious now. You work in the school system. I did that for a few months. I worked as a networking engineer for a local school district. It was an interesting job, to say the least. It probably was one of my. I'm just gonna say it. It was probably one of my least favorite jobs I've had, just because it was a very toxic work environment. The district I worked in. So that really, I'm glad it wasn't my first job in the IT field, because it really would have hurt my career. It was bad. I've worked a lot of crappy jobs in my life, and it just wasn't a great experience. Now, I'm not saying all school districts are like that, because I've heard several people who worked in IT for the school districts and absolutely love them. It's their dream job. Matter of fact, I went down to San Francisco once to the Cisco Meraki headquarters for some training, and I met someone who worked in the school district and could not stop talking about how great his job was and how much he loved it. So, you know, I'm not trying to say anything bad about working for a school district. I just didn't have a good experience with it as well. So Comptia A+ is great. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. Tuning in from North Alabama. Welcome. Ryan, remind me, where are you tuning in from? Anyone else? Where are you guys tuning in from tonight? What time is it in North Alabama? You're a few time zones. Was it? You're 2 hours ahead, so it's 11 o'clock there. Sunday night, that's kind of late. If you're just tuning in, we have a ongoing poll. I think it should show up at the top of the chat. Are you currently working on any certifications? Let me know. I'm curious. We've got 10 people voted right now, and the no's are winning. The no's are winning. 50% of you are not working on a certification. Ryan, it's 10:22 there. You know, that's not too late. I'm kind of an old fogey, I guess. I'm in my 30s. But I enjoy coming on here. What do you guys think about doing live streams on Sunday nights? Do you like Sunday nights? Would you rather it be another night? Friday nights? Tuesday nights? Since we're kind of getting back into this live streaming, I want to do a live stream a week with you guys, or at least try. It won't always happen. There'll be things that come up, holidays and whatnot. But what night of the week would be best to do a live stream? Should we do another poll? Nah. I already did a poll once on the YouTube channel. There's a better night of the week you guys think. Let me know. Let's take a look here. Double check Facebook, see if anything's going on over there. No comments over on Facebook. Not too many people, I think, tune in on Facebook, but it's nice to broadcast over there. We still have one viewer over on Twitch not speaking. If you got any questions, let us know. Brian, my brother Samuel is saying if you could say something, or if you could say hello and say something to him about IT to motivate him. He's 15 years old right next to me. Welcome, Samuel. Big shout out to you. 15 years old. 15, I was, let's see. I was in high school and I was studying for my CCNA. And CCNA back then was way different than the CCNA nowadays. I was studying networking in high school. I think I started my freshman year. And that's where I built my love for technology, I think. Growing up, I always had to know how everything worked. I always was taking things apart, taking telephones apart, back in the days of landlines, taking printers apart. I had to know how everything worked, and I tried to repair them or build things with them. But if you are interested about IT or technology or anything, if you're in high school, see if your local high school has a robotics team. That's what I did in high school, and I loved it. First Robotics. Robotics is an awesome program to be in. It will open a lot of doors for you, whether it's programming, it's coding, website development. Robotics opened a lot of doors for me and kind of gave me an inside sight to it. There's also, see if your college or your high school has any computer networking courses, stuff like that. That's great. And maybe talk to your career counselor. It's never too early to start learning. And Brian, you should show him the interview I did. Let's see if I can pull it up. Let's pull this up. Oops. I interviewed someone a while back. I apologize if there's going to be any noise. Right here, 13-year-old passes his CCNA. 13-year-old passed his CCNA and was currently studying for his CCNP. This was a very interesting and eye-opening interview here. This young kid, a 13-year-old, had a CCNA and was going far. He had actually published study notes. Actually, I do believe his study notes are down here. There's a link to him on his Twitter. But yeah, he had published study notes for the CCNA at 13 years old, and people all around the world were using his study notes. You could be the next Chris, where you're 15 years old, but you could go and get your CCNP easily, and by the time you're ready to hit the job market, you'll have people offering you jobs sight unseen. You get your CCNA at a young age like that, you're going to go way far, and you'll be making over $100,000 a year easily. So, Brian, I hope you're still tuning in. I hope, Samuel, you like the advice, you follow it. But yeah, absolutely. Start studying now. Figure out what your passion is. Start working on computers. Start volunteering. Like if you guys go to church, volunteer for your local church. Get experience now. I wish I would have realized this is what I wanted to do back when I was 15, because I would be making stupid money by now. But everyone has to follow their own journey. I will tell you that. College wasn't right for me. I never went to college. I probably will never go back and finish college. Do I regret it? Somewhat. But you know what? I make stupid good money and I'm living my dream job. So that's fine by me. So, Brian, you remember that interview? I'm pretty sure you tuned in. Yeah, I remember you commenting or something. Yeah, look, Brian, there you are right there. Have him watch this, Brian. Have him watch that video. But Samuel, you'll go far. Get started now. Enjoy your time. You'll go far in this field. Alan, Fridays would be good. You know, I've been thinking about doing a live stream on Fridays instead. It can be hit and miss for me sometimes on Fridays, but yeah, I was thinking about doing Fridays, trying to figure out when everyone is beyond, because you know, it's I'm not live streaming for me, I'm live streaming for you guys. And if I'm live streaming at a time that you guys can't tune in, how's that helping you guys? So 11:26 your time. Yep, that's getting late. Sam, thanks. Absolutely. Welcome to the channel, Sam. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, Samuel, whatever you like. We'll be putting out tons of videos. We do a live stream every week. I'm going to be probably starting here soon, right after I interview your brother there. It's your brother, right? You said it was your brother? Yeah, your brother. Right after I interview your brother, we'll probably be putting out a video a week about growing your career in the IT field. And getting started right now is a perfect time. So, you know, it was YouTube videos much like this and a channel much like this that gave me the advice on what I should do to get ready even for the career field and make money. And starting at a young age, you'll be making, I mean, an entry level job, you'll be easily making $50,000 to $60,000 a year. Brian, you said you're on Mountain Time, so I'm not quite sure where you are located in the US, but I'm gonna guess here, Brian. I'm thinking you're in Idaho. Sam, you already know a little bit about the field. That's awesome. Like I said, one thing that I thought was really cool when I went through high school is I did first robotics, FIRST robotics. A lot of high schools throughout the US do robotics, and that was a really cool thing. I really enjoyed it a lot. Went back and mentored actually for a little while too. If you guys are just tuning into the stream, welcome. We are answering any questions you might have and giving advice about the IT field. So if you're looking to enter the IT field or grow your career in the IT field, drop your comments here in the chat, or if you're watching this on the replay, drop your comments or put your question in the comments and we will get back to you. We are in Costa Rica. Brian is tuning in from Costa Rica, but I think our time is the same as Mountain Time. That is crazy. Costa Rica. Well, First Robotics, I do believe, is worldwide, so definitely go check that out. Or see what your schools have to offer down there. Yeah, that's awesome. Costa Rica. That's super cool. Brian, I'm looking forward to our interview we have coming up. I don't think it's this Friday. I think it's next Friday. I think this Friday. Yeah, I think this week, I don't think we're doing any interviews because this week actually is my oldest son's birthday. I know Tuesday we're going to go out to the movies. We're going to go see Venom, have our Taco Tuesday night for his birthday. And then his birthday's later in the week. So I kind of blocked all the interviews out for this week. Most of them are starting next week. Let's double check, make sure I'm not forgetting anyone over on Facebook. Make sure there's no comments over there. It is quiet over there. Also quiet over in Twitch land. All right, I think I'm going to end this poll we have going on right now. We've had 11 votes over this hour-long stream. Go ahead and end this poll. Let's see. Where did my results go? Darn. Well, the no's were winning. Oh, there we go. So 45% of you are not currently studying for a certification, 36 are, and 18% are studying but not making any progress. If any of those people that are studying but not making any progress are still in the live stream, let me know what's your biggest obstacle when it comes to studying. You know, what's the biggest difficulty you have when studying? You know, what makes it difficult? If you're watching this on the replay, let me know in the comments below. Are you currently studying for a certification? And what certifications are you studying for? Maybe that was a better question I should have asked. What certifications are you guys studying for? I am going to need to start working on a Comptia certification again, because the first of the year my A+ expires and I really don't want it to expire. So I think I'm going to start working on my Security Plus. I think I should start working right away on my Security Plus. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I could get my Security Plus done in 2 months? I think I could do it. I think I could do a Security Plus in 2 months. Because if you guys didn't know, all the Comptia certifications, when you take a different certification, and so like I have my A+ right now. I took it back in 2019. It's good for 3 years. Now during that 3-year time, if I take another certification and pass it, it will not only will I have that certification for 3 years. So if I took my Security Plus and passed it next month in November, not only do I have a Security Plus for 3 years from that date, but it'll also renew my A+ as of that date for 3 more years. So I'll have my A+ and my Security Plus. Brian, I think loving what you are doing, what you are studying is part of the key. Yes, absolutely. You got your A+ in 2019 also? Awesome. I got mine. So I actually got the 901 and 902 series A+. Brian, what A+ did you get? Did you get the 900 series A+, or did you get the 1000 series A+? Because I squeezed my 900 series A+ in right before they came out, or right as they were coming out with 1000 series. You know, I'd already taken my first test. You know, the A+ is a 2-part test. You know, there's 2 tests to take, for your A+. So I'd already taken my first test on the 900 series. I really didn't want to start back over on the 1000 series. So I squeezed in my second test right before the deadline to take it. So you took the 1000 series test. Yeah. You know, and there wasn't a lot of change in between tests. An A+ is a A+. But you know, yeah, I definitely think I should start studying for Security Plus. Brian, have you got any other Comptia certifications since then? Or you just have your A+? Very similar. Brian, let me know if you just have your A+ or if you have any other Comptia certifications. And also, what's your plan? No, but I got others. So are you going to let your A+ expire, or are you going to renew it, or are you going to take a different Comptia certification? You want the Server Plus now. That's a good certification. While we're talking about Comptia certifications, why don't we pull them up here on the screen? Let's take a look here. The Linux Plus would be a decent certification because I do actually a lot with Linux. Security Plus would definitely be a nice certification. Guys, I thought they used to have a lot more. Is their roadmap? This here, if you guys aren't familiar with, this is the Comptia career pathway. Depending on what kind of career you want to follow, this is their pathway. They recommend the certifications you get. Infrastructure, cybersecurity, core skill certification, additional certifications. Alan asked a quick question here. What is the difference between the Comptia versus the Cisco Ccna? So the main difference between the Comptia and the Cisco Ccna is Comptia is a vendor neutral certification, where the CCNA is the Cisco Certified Networking Associate. So while the CCNA will teach you some of the fundamental skills that comes to networking, it is designated towards Cisco products, where the Comptia like Network Plus is a vendor neutral product. So they're going to teach you stuff for HP switches, Palo Alto, Cisco, Juniper. They're going to teach you a lot more of the fundamentals on how networking works, how the OSI model works, how different networking protocols operate on which ports and stuff like that. The Comptia is going to be more of a vendor neutral certification. Now, I will tell you from experience, a lot more employers recognize the CCNA. The CCNA has really kind of set the bar when it comes to certifications. So if I had to choose between going after the Network Plus and the CCNA, in all honesty, personally, I would recommend go get your CCNA. The CCNA, I think, will take you further in your career. But the Networking Plus is still a great certification out there. So hopefully, Alan, that helped, answer that. I have the Linux Essentials from LPI, and I'm working on the LPIC1. Is it bad if I want to stay at the help desk? This is probably going to be the highest position I've ever had. No. Pedro, it's not bad if you want to stay at the help desk. In all honesty, you need to do what makes you happy. And if you are perfectly happy and content working the help desk, and you really don't want to have to deal with any more of the stress or anxiety or anything else, then by all means, you're doing just fine. If you are making it, if you're able to continue to put food on the table, a roof over your family's head, by all means, stay at the help desk. Absolutely. There is nothing wrong with the help desk. The help desk is a great job, and depending on your employer, the help desk could be doing a lot of different things. Like my very first job, my help desk job, I was an IT support specialist. And I did things from just resetting user passwords, setting up email accounts, and I also did designing complete networking infrastructure for brand new hotels as a help desk position. So help desk can vary quite a bit depending on where you're working. And like I said, if you love your job and you're happy and it brings you joy, then by all means stay on the help desk. If it's really, that's a personal decision. That's totally up to you. So there is no shame in doing what you enjoy. So getting back here, let's pull this Comptia page back up. So we are looking, so like in all honesty, for me, I'm a director of network operations. I work a lot in infrastructure. So And actually, I'm going to answer this question here really quick. Sam asks, what do you recommend for me to start with? So if you're just joining the stream, Sam is 15 years old. He is just looking to start learning about the IT career field. He has some knowledge, and he is asking, what do you recommend to start with? And I'm assuming in regards to certifications. And if you have that fundamental knowledge, I would jump right into the A+ certification. The A+ is a perfect entry-level certification. It gives you a rounded knowledge about all the different operating systems you'll see out there. A lot of the different networking protocols. It's a very well-rounded entry-level certification, and it will get your foot in the door to almost any entry-level help desk position. And in all honesty, in most careers, IT careers, almost everyone has to do their time at the help desk, at the entry-level position, to grow their career. So I really recommend the A+ certification. Now, if you're more interested in like networking or something, by all means, go for the Network Plus certification. So hopefully that was helpful. Pedro, thank you. I'll be working so hard this past year because my goal was the help desk. Yeah, the help desk there's nothing wrong with the help desk. Absolutely not. It's a struggle to get there for some people. I entered the IT field with no college degree, no prior work experience. I didn't even have any certifications when I got my help desk position. And I really grinded, and it was difficult. I had to relocate my family, and just getting to the help desk alone is a huge accomplishment. So, if you're happy on the help desk, by all means stay there. And if you just got to the help desk at all, I recommend to anyone who enters the field and gets that first help desk position, I recommend at least stay at that position for a minimum of 1 year, ideally 2 years at the help desk, at least 2 years at the help desk before you even consider advancing your career into another position. That shows you 2 years at the help desk really will show that you are knowledgeable, you are reliable worker, you're willing to come into work and learn. I really recommend at least 2 years on the help desk, a year minimum. So Neil asks, what is your current job role? Would like to know your career path, IT dad. So my current job role is I am the director of network operations for a local internet service provider. My path is I started out my working career working in manufacturing and nothing at all to do with IT. I had a job just to support my family. It was dirty work. I was a bulldozer operator. Before I made the switch to IT, I drove a bulldozer for 12 hours a day, 4 12-hour shifts. It was a rough life, but it made good money. But I wasn't happy, so I decided to get into the IT field. And my first job was an IT support specialist for a local hotel company. There, I did everything from resetting user passwords, creating email addresses. Eventually, I got far enough in that position where I was designing the networking infrastructure for all our brand new hotels. After that, I did about 3 months as a networking engineer for my local school district. Really didn't enjoy that job much. It was a kind of a toxic work environment. So I applied for a network technician, a NOC network technician position, working for my current company as a network technician. Fell in love with the company. About 3 months later, I was promoted to director of network operations, and now I am in charge of the internet for 3 different towns, local towns. I am in charge for everything and anything in our network operations center. It all goes through me. and it's my dream job. I love it. I am working on servers. I am working on networking gear. I'm doing it all. So it is quite a fun journey. I plan on putting a video out here in the future, probably in the next couple months, or about the next month or so, on day in the life of a network, a director of network operations, a knock director. I kind of want to give you guys the inside view of what my day is like as a running a network operations center. So damn, thank you for the tips. Absolutely. Alan, I have a couple of books from Troy McMillan. You might know about him. Would you mind sharing that link where I can see IT cert pathway? Absolutely. Troy McMillan, the name sounds familiar. Let's jump back here. So this is the site we are just looking at. Comptia IT Certifications. I'm going to drop it here in the chat. Give me a second to finish dropping this in the chat here. So this is on Comptia's website. For those of you who don't know, Comptia is one of the industry leading IT certifications agencies out there. If you're just looking to enter the IT field, I definitely recommend the A+ certification. But the page I just dropped in the link I just dropped in the chat gives you a certification pathway if you're, depending on what you're looking to do, whether you're looking to work in infrastructure, cybersecurity, core certifications, if you're looking to be a project manager. So that link there kind of gives you the information about different certifications out there. So go check that out. I accidentally just closed the page I was looking at. We can have a question over here on Twitter. Who do you think would win the first? Oh, yeah, we're gonna put you in timeout. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I just had to put a user in timeout over on Twitch. Okay, getting back to it. Your story is so encouraging, man. Hats off to you for your effort. I'm on the help desk now. Helped us now for a year. So looking for a network, doing my CCNP. So next, that is awesome. I'm sorry, Sunil. But absolutely, you know, that's why I'm here on YouTube. It was a YouTube channel like this that kind of gave me the motivation to get into the IT field and advance my career. So I'm glad to help motivate you. The CCNP is a great certification to get into networking. My advice for you is, if you have that 1 year on the help desk, start looking at jobs now. If you're interested in getting to a networking job, I'm assuming you have your CCNA. If you're looking at getting your CCNP, start applying for those networking jobs now, and just list on there that you're studying for your CCNP. What I would recommend to really help accelerate your job search is, on your resume, list your CCNA. Right below that, list your CCNP, and in like parentheses after that, say you're currently studying for, final exam date is, and list the date when you're going to take your certification exam. That will really help you get into the position now, and that your employer might be willing to pay for your CCNP that way. So that'd be a little bit pro advice to you. For me, what role should I be looking at? Any suggestions, IT dad? So Neil, you know, exactly what are you interested in? Are you interested? I'm assuming you're interested in networking since you're going after your CCNP. what exactly interests you about networking? Are you interested in troubleshooting networking gear? Are you looking to like design networking or architecture, Wi-Fi and stuff like that? What about networking interests you? We can pull up here. We're going to go back to Trusty Indeed here. In all honesty, Sunil, what I'd probably recommend is a network engineer. Network engineer position. That would be like the goal I shoot for, but they're likely you might have to look into like a network technician. Network technician is kind of more of an entry-level networking job. So if you're working at the help desk, you're kind of doing everything. Now you need to focus in on really what you want to build your career around. So like a network technician, network engineer would be that type of position. And start looking in your area. What are their requirements? You know, what are they looking for, like certification wise? Because it might not be the CCNP. A lot of your employers in your area might use like Juniper gear, stuff like that. Like here, systems networking engineer position. Let's see what kind of requirements they have. Let's see if it lists it here. So qualification skills, they want a high school diploma or equivalent, bachelor degree. See, a lot of these job listings are more of a wish list. They would like you to have a bachelor's degree or 9 years of professional level information technology experience, or including 3 years of system administrator experience. I can tell you right now, if I had 9 years of experience, I wouldn't be going for this position. I'd be going for the next level up. See, they actually don't, on this one, doesn't look like they list any actual certifications they are looking for. Let's see if we can find another one. IT network engineer. This is exactly what I do is I go out there and start looking at jobs in your area with the job title you want and seeing what they are looking for as a requirement. Start working towards that. But keep in mind, these so-called requirements is a wish list. They never will find this person, because if they actually hired this person that had met all these requirements, they would have to pay them way more than the position is listed at. So, all right. So knowledge of Active Directory. So this is a network engineer, but you still have to know Active Directory, Windows Server Administrator, VM, Hyper-V, Hypervisor Administration, Cloud Technology. Those are things that you're probably learning and using at your help desk level and have a general understanding how they work, but we'll be able to learn them on the job as you progress. So thanks for educating us, man. I need to get to bed. We'll see you on the next live stream. Absolutely, Alan. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon so you receive notifications when we go live again and we put out videos. It was great having you on the stream, Alan. Neil, so fruitful session. Subscribe and we'll go through all your videos, IT Dad. Thank you very much. And yeah, we are just kind of getting started again. We kind of took about 2 years off. We had a lot going on through life, I had a lot going on. So we're just kind of getting back to it, but we are actually going to be putting out a video series here very soon. Actually, Brian, if he's still in the chat here, is going to be one of our first guests on there, where we are interviewing people in the IT field with tons of different job titles. Brian here is Brian, I apologize, I totally forgot what your job title is. He is, I believe, like a tier 1 tech support for Splunk. And we have tons of different people we are going to be interviewing and talking about their journey into the IT field. So you're not just hearing my story, you're going to be hearing their story on how they entered the IT field and some of the pros and cons and some of the tips they might have for the IT field. So, but thank you, Sunil. You have a good night as well if you're tuning off. I think we're going to be on here for probably just a couple more minutes. It is 10 o'clock my time and 6 a.m. comes super early for me. Tomorrow is another day, wonderful day in the knock. Double check Facebook, see if there's any questions over there. Nope. Doesn't look like there's any questions over there. No one over on Twitch. There's still a viewer over there, but no one commenting. Neil, tell me something about the knock, please. Well, if you don't like working in hot climates, the knock is always air conditioned typically. Yeah, it's noisy because all the fans of the equipment are going. Depending on what type of knock you work in, it can be very stressful at times and very laid back at other times. I work for a service provider, so we provide internet, television, and phone service for 3 different towns. We're a small service provider, but pretty much everyone's internet flows through my hands at some point in the day. And I say that, I'm not saying that like I'm looking at what they're doing, but I am saying that if I screw something up, if I accidentally reboot a switch, there is a lot of people angry with me. One device. So we were doing some maintenance on a switch, and we had an outside provider accidentally reboot one piece of equipment. That one piece of equipment affected the internet for over 2,000 people for like 2 minutes while the device rebooted. And as soon as that happened, our phone started going off the hook. That's, those times are stressful. And luckily we knew exactly what happened and everything came back just fine. But there's times like that where it's super stressful, and there's times where I'm problem solving and trying to figure out how to make systems work better, work smoother, have less issues. And I really enjoy that. Trying to find a way to solve a problem or save the company some money by doing something else. So the knock is really interesting. I'd love to show you guys photos, but we have a strict non-disclosure at work where no photography at all whatsoever. We have a lot of sensitive information that flows through our network operations center. So, but it is a great job. It is really my dream job. I love networking. I've always wanted to. And like I said, probably here in the next week or so, I'm going to be putting out a video going more into depth on what I do on a day-to-day basis. So Neil, it would be great if you could briefly tell us how your day looks. I would love to tell you how my day looks, but I have a video coming out on that soon. So make sure and subscribe and hit that bell icon, because probably within the next week or two, we'll have that video coming out, and I'll really go into depth on what I do on a day-to-day basis, kind of some of the systems we use to monitor the network operations center. Yeah, absolutely. So over on Twitch, Ratchazy Rick, I don't know much about IT, but I love the beard. Thank you. It is actually really short. Recently here in Oregon, the mask mandate with COVID got a lot lighter. and we weren't having to wear masks at work. And then, a couple months ago, they really came down with the hammer, made us go back to masks, wearing masks every day. And in frustration, I chopped a whole bunch off the beard. And I regret it. The beard was like down to here or something. So the beard is coming back even longer now. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate the comment about the beard. If you have any questions about IT, feel free to let me know. That's what we're talking about tonight, is if we're answering everyone's questions about IT, including information, questions you might have about my beard. It's Neil. Okay, I will wait for the day-to-day tasks. Last question, Dad. Why you choose networking over others, i.e. admin, SOC, infrastructure, etc.? I think it all started with back in high school. My high school offered a Cisco Ccna program, where in high school you could get Cisco Ccna certified. And that's really kind of where I developed my love for networking. I've always had a big passion for networking, and I can't explain why. The ability to connect devices over the internet and network things together and to communicate and work together, I always found that interesting. And it wasn't always my passion. Like when I finally broke into IT, my goal was to become like a systems administrator, actually. Systems administrator or a network administrator. And as I did more time in the career field, I just kind of developed a love for networking. I just kind of naturally fell into it. My first job, we used Cisco Meraki gear a lot, and they actually flew me out to San Francisco to take a week-long class at Cisco Meraki's headquarters and learn about Cisco networking. And it was like, I was drooling. I was so excited about it. It was so much fun. I was just excited the whole time. So that just kind of really, and then I started designing networks for the company, like for a living. And I just grew and grew and grew. And then I became a network technician working at the NOC in my current job, and then promoted to a director of network operations. And it's just so great. As you guys can tell, I get so excited talking about it. I really love networking. So hopefully that answered your question. Over on Twitch, damn, it's really hard to get a good beard. Show me your ring. Is that a tungsten ring? I think I got the same one. Weird question. It is not tungsten. So question. There's the ring there. It is actually a ceramic ring. It's part of my extremely long nails there, but come on, focus a little bit better. It is actually made of ceramic. It's a pretty cool design. Oh, now you're not going to focus. There we go. So, and ceramic is just like tungsten, where it's super hard. You actually have to break it if you get it caught in something. I don't know if it'll show up. My wife got it for me, and she actually had it engraved on the inside. Let's see if it will. No, you can't really see it, but I love it. That sounds cool as hell. Awesome. Yeah, I did have actually a tungsten ring, while we're off topic here and talking about that. I used to have a tungsten ring, but my fingers got too big, got too fat. Strangely enough, I didn't gain weight from working in computers and networking. I gained weight as a bulldozer operator before I got into IT. But anywho, so she had to get me a new ring, and I got ceramic. It was a lot. She got me ceramic. It was a lot cheaper than tungsten, and it hasn't dulled near as quick as ceramic did. I mean, tungsten did. It's really kept this look. It looks as good as it did the day I bought it, or she bought it. So I love it. Happy to see someone passionate about something they make a living with. You keep going, man. That's a really cool ring. Thanks. And that's why I'm here. I really love what I'm doing, and I hope to motivate people to do what they love. Even if that's not IT and networking, I really hope to motivate everyone to really follow their dream, because that was me. And I don't know if you guys were here earlier when I told the story. So before I got into IT, I used to be a bulldozer operator. I drove a big, let's pull it up. I'll show you a picture of the bulldozer I used to drive. Let's see if we can find some photos. It was massive. It was like a 2-story house on tracks. This is what I used to drive for a living. Oops. Did I switch over? There we go. A Caterpillar D10T. This thing was massive. I really, these pictures don't do it justice. You can see it here on a trailer. This thing is huge. $2 million piece of earth moving equipment. This is what I did before IT. And it was a great job. It was fun. I made lots of money. But I wasn't happy doing it. And so I finally made the switch to IT, and, I've been loving it ever since. I made the switch without any IT certifications. I didn't have a college degree, and I had no prior work experience. And I tell you that because to motivate you is you don't need all that stuff to be successful in this career field. You need the determination and the people skills, and all the hard skills you'll learn on the job, and it'll come. So any links to learn networking? We use Meraki, but no one is teaching it. If you use Meraki, there is tons of free learning. You should go out and get they've renamed the certification, but it is 100% free. Let's pull it up right now. Let's pull this up. If you are interested in Cisco Meraki, there is no reason you are not, there's no excuse not to learn. So they have these webinars. Cisco Meraki has tons of webinars on their website, tons of interesting information. What I would actually recommend if you are interested in Cisco Meraki is, let's see, where do they have it now? Go to their community. This Cisco Meraki community is amazing. And I know because I was actually once I once got awarded CMNO certification. You can actually see it right here behind me. Up here on the shelf is my trophy. For 1 year, I was actually nominated as a community all-star. There's tons of information. And let's see, I'm trying to remember the name. CMNO. What was the replacement? ECMS. So I've taken these courses actually. So the Engineering Cisco Meraki Solutions course. It is an absolute free course, and go on to the Cisco Meraki community, search it, and you can probably find a link to sign up. It's a 1-day course. It is 100% free, and it is great for learning anything to do with Cisco Meraki. So go out, and I'm going to put, let's see if we can find this. Spanish, let's see the Spanish link there. ECMS. There's practice questions. Here's some more practice questions. Q&A. Meraki Learning Hub. See? Here's the link, Sunil, just for you in the chat. Oops. Go out and check out the Cisco Meraki Learning Hub. The ECMS 1 class is completely free. I don't know what they're doing for the ECMS 2. I went and actually took that one live at Cisco Meraki's headquarters in San Francisco, but they do have it all around the world. That class was also free. minus I had to pay my own airfare and hotel down there, and I end up renting a car. Cool story for that. But I actually got a Tesla for the whole week for the price of like a Ford Fusion. And my company paid for it, which was even better. But anywho, if you are interested in Meraki gear, check out the Cisco Meraki Learning Hub. You can actually potentially qualify for some free hardware. So I think this way you guys can see it. Down here, I got my Cisco Meraki firewall, a switch. Up there, I got an AP. I got a Cisco Meraki MG. I won actually from the Cisco Meraki community for being an all-star. So Cisco Meraki gear is great. I don't use it hardly anymore because my current employer uses no Cisco gear. We are strictly pretty much a Juniper and Adtran shop. So nice trophy, man. Absolutely. Yeah, that's a cool trophy. Here, let me see if I can grab it. Hold on 1 second. See if we can focus. There we go. Cisco Meraki Community All-Star. I used to be very active on the Cisco Meraki community forum. If you have any questions about Cisco Meraki gear, how to do configurations, the community, Cisco Meraki community is the place to go, because people like this, like me, are on there pretty much 24/7 to help and give advice. You can also see, got my Cisco Meraki mug there, battery charger, an all-star cup. So, all right, let me put this stuff back. Sorry guys, had to check my phone. Sweet man, you are just amazing. You should make a video on Cisco Meraki as well. I just had an idea. Haha, thanks. I actually wanted to do a video on Cisco Meraki gear for so long. To be 100% honest with you, I haven't really used it on an actual production level in a year or two, and I'm sure I could easily use it. I mean, I use it still daily. I have a full stack Cisco Meraki deployment here, and I actually have another full stack deployment at my house running. Actually, I think I'm only licensed up to the end of the year. So, but yeah, I should do a video, especially before my licensing goes. So I will. I'll put that on my list. I'm putting it on there now. Matter of fact. Cisco Meraki video before license expires. Okay. Neil, it is on my list. There you go. All right, guys. Well, it's getting a little late here. I got to work in the morning. If you have any more questions, make sure and drop them in the chat. I probably can have time to answer 1 or 2 more questions before we go, before I go. So if you got any more questions, put them in the chat and I will answer them. I'm not saying we. I don't know why I say we. I'm gonna check. Let's check Facebook one more time. Make sure there's no questions over there. Nope. Any more questions on Twitch? No more questions over on Twitch. Again, a big shout out to my Buy Me Coffee supporters, Justin V and Jabbery Grace. Thank you two, for supporting the channel. If you guys enjoy the content and are interested in financially supporting the channel, you can check out the link in the description below to our Buy Me a Coffee or our Patreon page. On Buy Me a Coffee and Patreon, our members get a monthly Q&A live stream, a one-on-one live stream with me, where they get to ask personal questions about the IT field. We can review your resume, anything you want to do. So if you are interested in supporting the channel or joining us for a personal one-on-one or group live stream, feel free to check those links out. Otherwise, we are always live streaming every week right now on Sundays. We might try a couple other days, but we at least do one live stream every week. And we are going to be putting out here soon a video week as well. We are doing a new series where we are interviewing people in the IT field. Everyone and anyone in the IT field. We are going to be talking to tons of different people with different job titles and talking to them about their journey to the IT field, what certifications and what was their progress, what they enjoy, what are some of the things they don't like about the IT field, and their plans for advancing their career, and any advice and questions you guys might have. So look forward to those videos coming out soon. If you're not already, make sure and subscribe and hit that bell icon so you receive notifications when we go live and have those videos coming out. Alrighty, well, I don't see any more questions coming in. I'm going to double check one more time really quick. No one on Facebook or Twitch, and no one at YouTube. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for joining me for this live stream. We'll be doing another one next week, next Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Make sure you tune in for that. If you're watching this on the replay and have any questions, make sure and drop them in the comments below. I will get back to every single comment as soon as I typically can. So make sure and drop those questions below in the comments. Thank you guys for joining in. I hope this was informative for you, and I'd like to thank you guys for viewing.